Dear students, I am Dr. Vibhu Trivedi, Assistant Professor, Department of Chemical Engineering, Meerut Institute of Engineering and Technology, and the topic of this video lecture is Fuel Cell Part 1. So, fuel cell is another form of renewable or non-conventional energy resource. So, let's first see its definition. A cell which is capable of generating an electric current by converting the chemical energy of a fuel directly into electrical energy is called a fuel cell. The fuel cell is similar to other electric cells in respect that it consists of positive and negative electrodes with an electrolyte between them. Fuel in a suitable form is supplied to the negative electrode, and oxygen, which is often from air, is supplied to the positive electrode. When the cell operates, the fuel is oxidized and the chemical reaction provides the energy that is converted into electricity. So, it is different from conventional cells in that in conventional cells the active material is contained in the cell and cannot be replenished during the process, but in fuel cells the reactions can be continued or electricity can be generated as long as the fuel is supplied. So fuel is basically in most cases hydrogen. So it is also given here, if cost is not considered, pure or fairly pure hydrogen is preferred fuel for fuel cells. So this line means that hydrogen is a preferred fuel for fuel cells, but it is a costly ingredient. So research is going on to substitute it with some other cheaper fuel. So in place of pure hydrogen, hydrogen obtained from hydrocarbon fuels such as natural gas or substitute natural gas, which is methane, or or liquefied petroleum gas, which is basically propane and butane, or liquid petroleum products can be used in fuel cells. The efforts are ongoing to use carbon monoxide as a fuel, and if it becomes successful, then it will be a very cheap fuel for the fuel cells and it will help in utilizing coal as the primary energy source. If we talk about the main uses of fuel cells, then these are power production, and use in automobiles and in special military uses. Now, if we talk about the basic working principle of a fuel cell, then it is almost same for all types of fuel cells, though there are many different types of fuel cells, but their basic working principle is same. That means a chemical reaction happens and its chemical energy is directly converted into electricity. So its principle and working is explained using a most popular fuel type of fuel cell, that is hydrox cell or H2O2 cell. So an input fuel is catalytically reacted in the fuel cell to create an electrical current. Fuel cells consist of an electrolyte material which is sandwiched in between two thin electrodes which are porous, and the input fuel passes over the anode and oxygen is passed over the cathode where it catalytically splits into ions and electrons. The electrons go through an external circuit to serve an electric load while the ions move through the electrolyte toward the oppositely charged electrode. So basic principle is similar as conventional cells or batteries. The only difference is here the continuous supply of fuel is possible. At the electrode, ions combine to create byproducts, primarily water and carbon dioxide. Depending on the input fuel and electrolyte, different chemical reactions can occur. And as we have taken the example of H2O2 cell, the following reactions happen in this type of fuel cell. At anode, the reaction is this, and for cathode, the reaction is this. So if we talk about these reaction in words, then let's see. At the anode, hydrogen is split into two hydrogen ions which pass through the electrolyte to the cathode, and two electrons which pass through the external circuit to the cathode. Similarly, at the cathode, the hydrogen electrons and oxygen combine to form water. So these are the reactions that happen in a hydrox cell. This figure also shows the same thing. Now we know that in most fuel cells, hydrogen, which either pure or impure, is the active material at the negative electrode, and oxygen, which is either pure oxygen or oxygen from the air, is active at the positive electrode. Since hydrogen and oxygen are gases, a fuel cell requires a solid electrical conductor to serve as a current collector and to provide a terminal at each electrode. This solid material is generally porous. Now, porous nickel electrodes and porous carbon electrodes are generally used in fuel cells for commercial applications. Platinum and other precious metals are being used in certain fuel cells which have potential utility in military and space applications. The porous electrode has a large number of sites where the gas, electrolyte, and electrode are in contact. The electrochemical reactions occur at these porous electrode sites. The reactions are normally very slow, therefore, a catalyst is used to increase their speed. The best electrochemical catalysts are finely derided platinum or platinum like metal deposited on or incorporated with the porous electrode material. However, due to the high cost of platinum, other catalysts such as nickel for hydrogen and silver for oxygen are used wherever possible. The very small catalyst particles provide a large number of active sites at which the electrochemical reactions can take place at a fairly rapid rate. So in this video, we knew about definition of a fuel cell and its working principle, taking the example of hydrox cell. In the next video, which is named as fuel cell part 2, we will talk about different types of fuel cells, its applications, and pros and cons of it. Thank you.